G'day. My name is Pete Johns and this is Studio Live today and you're watching the Creator Town Hall. Now, I'm not really here live. It's an illusion. This is recorded live to tape. And in this particular episode of the Creator Town Hall, I'm going to be taking you behind the scenes of what I do around here. So what is the life of a full-time YouTube content creator? So if that's the kind of thing that you're into, hang around. If it's not your bag, I won't be offended, I promise. But if you are having fun here today already in 1 minute, feel free to hit the thumbs up button. Feel free to share. And if you want to get more of this kind of behind the scenes kind of stuff, I highly recommend the Patreon. Come and join the patrons over there for as little as $1 per month. You can just go to studiolivetoday.com/Patreon. That is listed down below in the description. So, what are we doing here today? Well, I've got a bunch of stuff to do. It's the end of Songtember. Songtember, if you're not familiar, is our Song in a Month challenge. And we're here on the 29th or the 30th of September, depending where you are in the world and depending whether you call this live or not live. I know, we're getting a bit inception here. It's going to be fine. So we are at the end of the month. I have finished my song. Jade Star has mastered it. If you missed that video, it was 2 videos ago. We released it with DistroKid. If you missed that video, that was 1 video before. And now we're just in the stage where we're waiting for it to come out. And we're going to start doing a little bit of promotion. And we're going to work on a little bit of that here today. Plus, and we call this a tease in the biz, but if you hang around to the end, we're going to do something a little bit special here. I'm planning to do another little release for the month of Songtember. I'm not going to tell you any more about that, but watch this space and stay tuned for that one. So I'm here in my bedroom studio. And again, if you want to learn a lot more about this and you want to meet Basil, who's under the desk, under my wife's desk over there, join the Patreon because we do these sort of things every month and usually multiple times a month. We do live streams where it's a little bit more casual. It's a little bit more behind the scenes stuff. So if you are either just have that morbid curiosity and that interest of what would it be like if I quit my job tomorrow and became a YouTuber, if you want to learn about that, I'm happy to tell you. Is it all roses? No, but it's a lot of fun, and I do recommend it. And even if you just want to get into it on a casual basis and you want to learn a little bit about what I've done, the mistakes I've made, because there have been plenty, and what the resultant has been, and how I can actually do all this, then yeah, stick around here today because you'll get a little bit of a sneak peek into it. So we're here on a Thursday, and this is traditionally my setup day. So I thought it would be a good one to record this video, and then we put this out on a Friday morning, which is my Creator Town Hall show. So we're not going to set up the live show for the Creator Town Hall, which is usually what I'd be doing first right now, because it's going to be this, and I have to do that after I do this recording. However, we do need to set up the rest of our shows. So the first thing we're going to do here today is I'm going to take you behind the scenes of how I set up my thumbnails and use what I'm using right now, which is called StreamYard. So if I go to StreamYard.com, this is going to get super inception here, because what it's going to do is it's going to show you that at the moment I have my YML show, my Your Music Live Songtember edition set up here, and I'm actually in this one right now. I'm recording this again live to tape here in StreamYard. So what we need to do is create the other shows that we're doing this weekend. We need to then set them in our playlist as our live shows, and then we need to put those into our newsletter. So I use MailChimp to create a weekly newsletter. I'll show you a little bits and pieces of all this, but don't worry, I won't do the whole process. Watching a man write an email newsletter for an hour is probably not going to be the most interesting thing, but I thought I'd just show you what we actually do, what goes into it. So the first thing that I need is to get my shows set up. So we're going to come over to canva.com, which is what I use for all of my stuff, all of my design work. And you'll see here some familiar stuff, all of the artwork, all of my thumbnails and everything else that I have there. Now, we're going to do the happy hour. So let's do this one. And my wife has a great idea for the happy hour. We're going to make a copy of that happy hour thumbnail. And you can see my naming conventions aren't great here. The good thing about Canva is that it's all here, and I don't really have to worry about things like naming and whatnot, which means I sometimes don't. So we'll go thumbnail happy hour, and we'll get rid of some of this stuff because we don't need that on the new one, and we'll get rid of that picture. We might use a different picture for this one. So if there's a link, by the way, in the description if you want to check out Canva, and there's a whole bunch of links, by the way, to all the other stuff I do. The gear guide, if you want to know the gear I use in the studio, the Patreon, the Facebook group, the Discord, all those things are down in the description. So I need to work out what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to my, I've got a handy dandy OneNote document where I keep all of my stuff. And I'd actually forgotten what I'm going to do for this one. But all we need to do is bring over my OneNote document. And you can see here that I've got all the different ones. There was the rockin' one that I did there. We had the smoke show that I did 2 weeks ago or last week. And this week it's going to be the sun. So if you're really keen eye, you can see and you can look there at all of the different all the different songs I'm going to see. If you really want to be spoiled, you can go back and hit pause and you'll see some of the tunes that I'm already learning at getting ready for this week's show. So we need sun. So it's going to be the happy hour. And what we'll do, we'll call it something like "Here Comes the Sun." I think. Should we do it? Oh, good day, sunshine, or the sun. I mean, maybe we'll just call it the sun. That kind of more like that's more like a what's that Spinal Tap thing? It's like the sun, and maybe we'll put that. No, we'll center it. And again, you can see I could spend a lot of time doing this. I've gotten reasonably quick at doing these sort of things because not that it doesn't matter, but for a show like the Happy Hour, folks are actually going to be watching it. Usually, people that watch it every week. And not that it doesn't matter, not that we don't need to attract new viewers, because of course I do, because that's what you are when you're a YouTuber. But I won't spend too much time, especially doing it here today. Maybe we'll go with like a background. We want to. Do we go like that sort of thing, or do we just have like a sun, like just a graphical sun doing its thing? I don't know. Do we make it kind of cheesy? I think I'm going to go with something cheesy. When in doubt, go cheese. Now, the other thing I have is what my daughter put together, which is my pointing Pete's that she's recently updated, so I can choose which one. I might go with the ponderous one here, or do I go with one, me playing guitar? No, I'm going to go the ponderous one here. So we're going to stick this in here. The sun. I can have me looking up to the sun. And by the way, when you're doing thumbnails here, make sure that you always leave this bottom right section. If you're ever doing a YouTube thumbnail, this bottom right section, you'll see, I'll show you in a little bit later, if I don't forget to do so. But that's where they put the timestamps on YouTube. So you never want to have anything in there. I want myself kind of centered there, don't I? A little bit overlappy just for a little bit of artistic freedom. And I'll put the sun up a little higher for me. Never stare into the sun, folks. So now all I need to do is download this. So we're just going to download the JPEG of this one. I downloaded it at 1920 by 1080, just the first page. So we got ourselves a thumbnail. Now what I need to do is go over to StreamYard, which we're going to do here, and we're going to create a brand new stream, new broadcast. I'm going to broadcast to YouTube. I'm going to broadcast to the Pete Johns Music Facebook channel. And for some reason, I broadcast to Twitch, even though I don't think anyone ever watches on Twitch. Can't remember the last time I had a viewer on Twitch, but hey, why not? Why not put it out there? It's a bit like when you're releasing your music with DistroKid. Why not put it out to as many places as you can? Now we need to bring back my template here. I'll just show you where it is. Usually I've got this on my other screen, but here I've got all of my templates. So I've got the happy hour template. This is how I bring this together pretty quickly. So I've got all of the stuff that I put in the description, which is pretty static each week. So I just copy that straight from there. I bung it in the description. It's normally called this, Live Acoustic Set, Pete Johns The Happy Hour. I'll put this one, I'll put Here Comes the Sun. My wife would hate that. She doesn't like title case. She would be scolding me for putting capitals there. Pete Johns The Happy Hour. That's all good. We're going to schedule it for later, and we're going to bump in our online thumbnail. We're going to whack that JPEG that we just created in there. The sun, that looks cool. And we're going to set for when it's going to happen, because this happens every Sunday. Sunday. It's going to be Sunday, October the 2nd at 11:30 a.m. for me. If you watch the show live and you're somewhere else, it's going to be usually Saturday evening or afternoon or middle of the night, depending where you are in the world. But we've got all that correct. We're going to do the customize for each destination. We don't need to change anything. It just basically puts all the same stuff in there for those three different things, three different places we are going to broadcast to. We hit create broadcast, and that's done. So this is what we do to set up these shows. Again, I don't have to do the Creator Town Hall because that's this show and it won't be live. It'll be a premiere this week, so it'll be live to tape. We'll let that do its thing and we'll come back over to here. So that one is done. We now need to set up the Garage Band Weekly, which we've got this one here. So we're going to, again, make a copy of the last week's Garage Band. And this is all I do each time. I just make a copy of each one. So this will be Garage Band Weekly. Now, I always forget what number we're up to. So I'm going to have to go and find out. Yeah, this is how organised I am. You'd think I'd know these things, but I'll just go Pete John's Garage Band Weekly, and find me Garage Band Weekly. So 143, I think we're past that, aren't we? 145, episode 143 or 144. I think we definitely had. Yeah, that was our Q&A show. So it must be up to episode 145. So we just need to create a thumbnail here and then create it as 145. I've been doing Q&A shows for the last few weeks. I'm going to continue with doing that, but we'll go with a different picture of me just for variety. So why don't do we do a pointing one or do we do a, let's do that. It's a Q&A. So we'll go with like a, huh? By the way, if you're wondering about my attire here, I am neither a Christmas or a Star Wars fan, and it is September, but I'm wearing a Yoda Christmas hat t-shirt for reasons that I'm not really sure of. It was in the cupboard when I got up this morning, and I like being contrary and confusing folks. So that's what I did there. So there you go. There will be Garage Band Weekly, and we'll do another Q&A one this week because Pete's a bit lazy, and I've got a lot of other things going on here. So we'll just save this one in here as a JPEG again. Actually, we'll use a PNG. I don't know why I used JPEG for the last one. PNG is better if you can use it. I think because I've been doing the album artwork, you can only use JPEGs for that. But if we can use a PNG for our YouTube and Facebook thumbnails, which is all good. That is done. So we'll go back to StreamYard and we'll set this one up. New broadcast again. We'll do this to Twitch. Oh, we didn't do Twitter on the other one, did we? We might as well go to Twitter. I've probably forgotten to do that. See, sometimes it's good to just review what you do. And this one, instead of going to the Pete John's music page on Facebook, I go to Studio Live Today Facebook page. We'll do the same thing by switching over here. We'll grab our GarageBand Weekly because we have the same thing here where we have all of our segments set up here for GB Weekly. So we can copy in our description. We can copy in our title. And it was 145, wasn't it? Episode 145, and it's going to be Garage Band Q&A. Garage Band Week last show, episode 145. All right. Excuse me. We're going to schedule that for later. We're going to upload that image that we created. A bumpy bump, and that's good to go. We'll fill these in when it gets closer to the date, but that'll just put those in as a temporary thing. And we want to do that at the very special time of Tuesday, because we do that show Tuesday morning for me, which is Monday evening, not at 10, at 9:30 a.m. Now, the one thing I'll say here is StreamYard is great, and I use it obviously for what I'm doing right now and for these shows. The challenge that I have is that there's no way, as you'd see here, to just use a template. I do basically the same shows every week. If I could just go replicate all them shows and then make them at these times, that would make life a heck of a lot easier. But I can't, so I don't, so I won't. So I won't complain too much about that. So once this is created, what I'm going to do, we'll leave that to do its creation thing again. I'm going to jump over here, and I'm actually going to jump into my YouTube Creator Studio. So let's just show you me while I go there, because there's some sensitive information. And again, we do a stakeholder meeting once a month with my patrons at the $10 and up level. So if you do want to get the kind of behind the scenes stuff that I can't really share publicly, then come and join me, and you'll get even more of the behind the scenes info. But what we want to do right now is jump in here, and we want to find my Pete John's live shows playlist, which is this one here. And this is going to have the last 4 shows. So what I do is I set this up with the 4 shows that I'm doing for the coming weekend, and then I leave them there until I set up the shows for the next weekend, if that makes sense. So all I need to do here is remove, so that each week these are refreshed. So I can say to folks, just use this playlist, and then you'll always see the latest shows. And I'm pretty sure, let me just double check this, I'm pretty sure I've got it set up. If you go to studiolivetoday.com/live, I think it actually goes directly to that playlist. Yeah, it does. Sweet. So I need to promote that more, because some people are like, I don't know when you're live, Johns. And I'm like, it's pretty easy. Go to studiolivetoday.com/live. So now you know. Spread the word. Tell everyone. All right. So now we need to go back to content here in my YouTube, and we need to go to live, and we need to find these live shows that are coming up, the upcoming live shows, and we need to make these. Why don't I have YML? Did that not work? Where are you, StreamYard? You didn't function? Yeah, they're there now. So we may just need to refresh, because it hasn't set that third show to come live. Refresh. Oh, it hasn't come up there. So what have we got? We got Song Timber. We got the happy hour. Why did GarageBand Weekly not work for YouTube? That's super weird. Oh, look at that. It didn't. Did I not add YouTube? I wanted to do that on purpose so I could show you how to edit it. I didn't either. Okay. Oh, tip for young players. I've only been doing this for, 4 years. Let's save our changes in there and we should be good to go. Phew, yeah. So there you go. Mistakes happen, folks. It's fine. It's all going to be good. If you're wondering what I use here, I'm using a Mac. I've got a Mac Mini. And again, you can go to studiolivetoday.com/gear, and that will give you the complete gear guide. I've switched to a Mac a bit over a year ago. I used to use, it hasn't brought, see now it's going to be super dodge because it hasn't brought over into the, into the YouTube one. It hasn't brought in my, my album artwork. So we need to come here to this one, and we need to edit it, go to this one, and upload the thumbnail image. So yeah, all right, that's going to be all good. GarageBand, save the changes. Once that in, will be good. Yeah, so I've moved to Mac. I like it because it integrates with my iPad and my iPhone. There's some things I don't love about it. It doesn't give me quite as much control or flexibility as a PC, so I definitely do miss my PC from time to time, but I'm kind of ingrained in the Mac world these days, and I've got a MacBook Pro as well that is on loan from Apple, which is awesome, so I can do, it just makes it seamless. Because I use StreamYard and Canva, which are 100% online, and then I use my MacBook Pro and my Mac Mini here in the studio, it just makes everything super simple and seamless. When I was jumping between the PC and iOS, less seamless, more seamful, if that's a word. Right, so we're going to add these to our playlist, to our Pete Johns Live. So we'll just go Pete Johns, and it's going to be Pete Johns Live Show. Where are they? Pete Johns Live Shows. There they are. I don't know why I have this other Pete Johns Live one. That's weird. Pete Johns Live Shows. We'll hit save on that one, and we has done. So now our playlist is edited. If we go back to playlists, and we go to this one here, Pete Johns Live Shows, and we edit it. There you go. We've got these 3. And what will actually be on there is, by the time you're looking at this, if you go to studiolivetoday.com/live, this very video will be on there too, because I'll add this when we do the next step, which is going to be my newsletter. So that's setting up my live streams, and then it's literally as soon as the time comes around, I go to StreamYard, and just as I'm doing right here, right now, I hit that Enter Studio button, it pops me into my studio, and I run my live shows, and it makes life very easy. I'm also using OBS at the moment. That's why I'm switching. That's how I'm switching between all my devices here, and the reason I've started using that is even though StreamYard gives you the ability to show your screen, there's no really easy way. I used to use Reflector, which was to send my iPad screen over to my Mac, but these days I don't use that. I use a direct HDMI converter, so it comes out as HDMI and goes into USB, and that one can pop up right there. So I use all those through OBS, Open Broadcaster software, and it works pretty darn well for me. So the other thing that I do now, usually on a Thursday, and again, I won't show you this entire process because it'll be a bit dull if I did. I'm just logging into my account over here so that you don't see all my credentials, because, the stuff you don't, make sure you don't show it on the internet. Just needs a 2-factor authentication code, because I put 2-factor on everything. This is why I like my Apple Watch, because it sends me an SMS, and I can go to my Apple Watch, and it'll be right here. So even if I don't have my phone, I can just pump in these numbers, which we will do now, because I definitely don't want anyone gaining access to my MailChimp and sending emails to my entire base of people that that subscribe to the email. By the way, you can go to studiolivetoday.com/email, and that will get you to the form that'll put you onto the mailing list. If you're not already getting the weekly mail out, I only do one newsletter a week. I don't spam you. It's all good. And you'll keep up to date with everything that's going on around here. So I'm going to go into my campaigns here. You're going to see the behind the scenes. You'll see how many people actually open or don't open my email. It's actually pretty good. About half of you open it. So what have we got? 44% of you opened last week's email. So we'll replicate last week's. So I just basically add a number to this one. This makes it really easy. I replicate last week's email. I'll change the name here. So Studio Live Today number 158 becomes number 159. We hit the save button, and that's going to be saved in there. We edit the subject here. So I just give it another name. I need to sneeze, but it's not coming. Don't you hate that? 158. So we'll just call this Songtember finale. Or Farewell Songtember. That sounds a bit funner, doesn't it? Farewell Songtember, we barely knew ye. Because, of course, it is the end of Songtember. And you have a little preview text here, you say. So we'll just say Songtember is nearly at an end for another year. Let's finish things off with a bang. And we'll save that in. I then have my basic template here that I probably need a refresh design on, but I've used the same one for quite some time now. We'll open this one up and I'll show you a couple of the things I do here. So the first thing I do here is I'll just come in here and I'll say update, just so I remember to come back and do that and don't just put this out with nothing in there, hopefully. So this upcoming schedule goes to the live playlist there, and then it's got the 4 shows here. So what we'll do is I'll delete out that one, because that's where this link is going to go for this very show you're watching right now. Just put a link there, and then we're going to put all these other things in here. Happy hour, so we'll go, here comes songs about the sun. And then this is where we go back to my live shows playlist. Boom, 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 boom. And we go into each of these because I need the links now. So we'll go into this show. There you go. Live in 2 days. Here comes the sun. Let's give myself a like, shall we? You know, big note myself. We're going to copy that link. We're going to throw that one here in. So this is how you find out where these shows are going on. By the way, if you're looking at it in my process here, please feel free to either here in the live chat if you're watching the premiere or down in the comments. If you're saying, Johns, you're doing that a really long way, and I've got actually a productivity advice for you, I'm all ears, honestly. I learn new things all the time, and I pick up on tips from different people all the time. So if you've got an idea of how to do something in a better way than what I'm doing right now, let me know. All right, we'll copy the YML link there, and we'll paste that one here under your music live, like so. And then GarageBand Weekly, we'll do a little bit of the same. GarageBand Weekly. I'm going to give myself a like. If I don't like it, how do I expect other people to like it? Right, back to this one and paste it in. And usually, again, I've got these going across 2 different screens. By the way, I'm using Command V and Command A to do that. Select all and then paste, just to speed things up a little bit. So this week's video highlights. So what I do here is I actually, we don't delete all that, is I actually delete this out and I put in some highlights of the other videos that have been on the channel in the last week. So we'll have some opportunities to do some of these. We'll just pop back over to, where was I? We'll go here to my content. Go to the content, because I'm a content creator after all. I'll zoom this in a little bit actually, so you can kind of see a little bit more of what's going on here. So I've got a few videos here that I want to put in there. So that was from last week. So we'll put this one here, this final mix. So you can do that. Oh, now I can't access that button. Now I need the share button. So we'll copy that link, and then I'll go check out the final mix of my Songtember track, and here we'll just put that link, boom boom boom, final mix my Songtember track, and then we'll come back out here and we'll add in this one where Jade mastered my song, which a lot of folks really enjoyed that video, so thank you, Jade, again. How Jade Star mastered my song on iOS. And we'll put that there. All right, I'm not going to do the rest of this because it's going to get a bit dull, so I have to come back and do that. So all I'll do is make sure that I just blank out my news and updates section, and I have to update that just so I remember. Gear of the week, I'm still on a gear diet. Actually, I'll talk about the AirPods. So AirPods Pro 2. I'll get a link to those. That's really just to tell people about the gear guide and affiliate links and things. and then the encore I'll finish and add in there. So what I do then is I set that to come out usually just before, in the morning of, before the Creator Town Hall. So that'll come out Friday morning or Thursday evening, depending where you are in the world. So I'll save and close that. Again, the good thing about using something like MailChimp, if you want to do newsletters or you want to communicate to an audience or a fan base, then you can do it all online. So that's all saved in there. If I now go to my laptop or my iPad or wherever else and I want to update it, even on my iPhone while I'm out and about walking around, I can update it and just add to it as I go. And then when it's ready to go, all I do is schedule it to go out and boom, it hits people's inboxes. And you can actually do it for free because I don't have a paid MailChimp account. You can have up to 2,000 subscribers for free, which is très bon. It's very cool. Just needed a little drinks break there. So that's sort of a little bit behind the scenes there. What the other things I'm usually doing this time of the week is practicing some of my songs. So maybe if we have time, I might give you a sneak preview at some of the practices and how I actually play the happy hour show, and setting up for Your Music Live. So I thought I'd give you a little behind the scenes dive in here to Your Music Live. So what I do at this point in the week is I actually jump in. I've got some Google Forms set up. So I'll show you that here. These are all my Google Forms for various different things I've used over time. The Your Music Live form is there, and the Your Music Live Songtember edition. So again, if you've got a Songtember song that you are finishing or just finished or will finish before the 1st of October, on the 2nd of October, we're doing this show here. I'm just going to pop over just so, because once I open this form, I don't want it to show someone's email address or something that we can't show there. So we've got all of our responses. No, it's cool because it doesn't have email there. So you can see here are all the responses. But these ones are actually, this Songtember one has all of last year's and this year's in there. And what I do from here is I hit this little view responses in sheets button, which I'm going to do, but I'm going to do over here again because that will open it up and probably will show people's email addresses and things that I can't show. I'll just make sure that column is down. Cool. So I'll go back over here and show. So this is how this looks. It just gives you all of the different songs. And yeah, again, if you want to pause, you'll probably see some of the folks who have submitted songs for Your Music Live Songtember edition. And then literally all I do is copy this data. I paste it over into an Excel spreadsheet because I'm a nerd. I used to work as as an analyst. So I do a lot of Excel stuff. So it's kind of the one thing I still do in Excel with this current job is do that. And it's a lot more fun than sales figures, analyzing sales figures and customer service data, I can assure you, analyzing your songs. So that's what we do for Your Music Live, and then I just literally work off my spreadsheet. I'll show you the spreadsheet real quick. I just do some very basic sort of sorting and ordering. Let's just open up Microsoft Excel, because yes, even though I'm on a Mac, I'm also an Office 365 user. So because I just pay for the account so that you can get Microsoft accounts for everyone, and I get I think 2 terabytes, a lot of bytes of storage with OneDrive. So let's just open up my YML spreadsheet, which I'll do here, and show you what we've got there. So yep, I've got that one. Cool, I've got that sorted. So if we bring this over onto the screen over here, this is what I'm working with. So you can see it's very, very simple. I literally go through here, work out what songs I'm playing. This was last week's show. So these are all the songs that I played. The color coding doesn't really mean much. The red ones are ones that have come in this week. Anything that's black is one that came in the previous week that we're catching up on. And the green ones are the covers, under the covers segment. And as we go through them, as I'm running the show, I just come in here and blank them out, make them yellow. And then you can see there that they're songs being held over for future shows that we're going to be playing on, well, not next week's, but probably the following week's shows. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It's got the links there, got email addresses, which I've blanked out there in that column as well. And that just makes it really easy for me to manage the shows there. Because when I started doing Your Music Live, I used my inbox, and my goodness, was it a train wreck. So this just streamlines that process. And look, if I could just use the sheets and mark them off digitally and have them all online, not in a spreadsheet, would probably be easier. Yeah, but yeah, this is a free and kind of cheap and convenient way for me to do it every week. So that's what I do with Your Music Live. So I normally do that on a Sunday night for me because I run the show Monday morning. So Sunday morning for you folks. So if you ever want to get a show on, it's usually about 12 hours before I am doing the show is when I pull all the data. So if you come in last minute, you probably won't get on that week's show. Just keep that in mind. I'm just going to close out. I don't like having multiple windows open, so I'm just going to close out of Excel there, and I'm just going to check my recording. Check 1, 2. Yeah, I always get paranoid. When I'm recording to myself like this, I do get a little bit paranoid that I'm doing something wrong and it's not going to work. We've got a few more things that we need to do to get sorted. I answer comments. I thought I would tell you and take you behind the scenes of what I do and how I answer all my comments. So the main thing I wanted to say is the majority of the time, iOS has just asked me to update to 16.0.2 later tonight. Should probably do that because I went up to 16, so I might as well go to 16.02. So that'll update later. But I actually use I use this app, YouTube Studio app, which you won't really be able to see that well. Yeah, there it is with the reflection of the light. And I go to the comments on here because this gives me all the comments that have come in date order. And at the moment, like this one's from 3 years ago, so I know I'm up to date. And these were just comments that got buried for some reason. Now they're still there. So I haven't responded to them because they're 3-year-old comments now, and that would be a bit weird. But I'll just refresh on that, and it will tell me that there's new comments. And look, there's no comments. I literally did this. I did this too soon. I did this too recently. So there's no comments in there right now. I can also sometimes use the YouTube Studio here on the Mac, and I'll just show you real quick how we do that and how I manage my comments there. So if I go to my comments, you'll be able to see this in more detail. So this has basically the exact same view. So comments here under my YouTube Studio, published, and I haven't responded. So this will tell me anything that I haven't responded to, which is where I need to be. So anything that pops up there will be there, and I can respond to it. There's also the held for review section. I'm going to check it first because it can sometimes have some really inappropriate stuff in there. So I'll check it before we've got there, and it actually looks fine. So there's no prawn bots, nothing bad in there this time around. It is just this one from Clayton Von Kluge, #Songtember, which is cool. We'll leave that. We'll approve it. And then this one was from Astro Joe Garcia saying, thanks for the play and what you do. And they've just linked to their song, which is cool. I usually don't allow links because what people do there is they just go in there and promote their channels and link to spam and stuff that's not relevant. So that's why I put these in the review. Anything with a link gets reviewed, but I usually go in and check it every couple of days and I'll just approve that one. So now that they're approved, if I go back to published, I can actually see those comments there. So what I just do is I usually thumbs up and heart it. And I've got a couple of like tricks here. I won't do it to Clayton here, but I've got some text replacement. So if you want to learn about this, search my video, just search Pete John's text replacement, because on Mac and on iOS, I've got some key things set up here. So if I put YVW and then spacebar, look what happens. You're very welcome, my friend. I hope you get value from the other videos on the channel and consider subscribing. A cheater, right? What a cheater. Or if I put IHY and space, it says, I hope you get value from the other videos on the channel and consider subscribing if you haven't already. But because it's KVK, I'll just go rock on KVK. And then again, Command or Alt Enter is to click yes. So I'm all about my keyboard shortcuts. So for this one with Astro Joe Garcia, we'll just say, thanks for your submission, rock on. And put a little emoji like that. By the way, if you don't have an emoji keyboard, Control, Command, and Spacebar brings up your emoji keyboard on a Mac. There you go. Tips galore. Don't know what it is on PC. Sorry. And again, Command or Alt Enter, and that will enter the comment there. So that's a job that I do, and I've been doing that ever since I started the channel. It used to be like 1 or 2 comments a day if I was lucky. Usually average between 20 and 30 comments per day now, which sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot of work, but keep in mind, a lot of them are just like, thanks, bro, that helped, because they're on like a video that's a tutorial, and I'll put my YVW, and they'll say, you're very welcome. Thanks, blah, blah, blah. So that's not actually too hard to do. Or if it's someone I know or recognize that it's been on the channel, obviously I won't use that generic response. I'll say, if it's Joe Glenn, I'll say, thanks, Joe Glenn. Appreciate it. Hope Barry's well. Tell him to get back from the sheep dip. Weird inside stuff that I know some of you will get. So the other thing I wanted to do, I did say I would hold this over, but because we're at the nearly 35 minute mark, I do want to jump into this. Because I released with DistroKid, and I've actually released my song with DistroKid. I'm going to close up a bunch of windows here because, again, as I told you before, I'll show you what I do here. Let's look behind the scenes. As soon as I have all these business with all these tabs open, I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I close everything, and I'll start again. So let's just close out of all of this business so I can start afresh because I like to have a clean slate. And what I'll do is I'm going to go into my DistroKid account, distrokid.com. We'll zoom out a little bit. So in the last video, if you saw that one, we released this single. So grown in the single, and it's got a green light, which is all good. So if we click on this one and take a look, we'll see and make sure everything's good. So there's the DPC for the UPC for DistroKid. Release date is currently scheduled for October 1. We only uploaded it on the 28th, so we are going to be cutting it a little bit fine. And this is what you want to see when you've released a song. This signal is processed and released to schools. Try not to edit it. A lot of people ask me, the number one question I get asked about DistroKid is, bruh, I just released my song and then I realized it had a bit on the end. I didn't want to, blah, blah, blah. Measure once, measure twice and release once. Once it's out there, it's kind of out there. I think of music releases a little bit old school. Like, if you'd set this off for the vinyl to be cut, once they start cutting that vinyl, there's no going back. Like, you're done. You accept wherever it is and whatever it is. And once it's sitting on the Walmart shelves, that's a weird one. Anyone buy their records from Walmart? Once it's sitting on the shelves, you're kind of done. So I tend to just say, try your very, very hardest to not have to edit anything. You can do it, but people are like, oh, I want to change my album artwork. I want to change my artist name. I want to just try not to, if you possibly can. What I need to do a couple of things. I need to edit my splits. I need to do the splits here because we need to add a collaborator and we need to add the wonderful Jade Star. And I'm going to give her, for her mastering and her drumming, we're going to throw 25% of the proceeds of this one her way. All right, let's review those changes and we'll save them. I think it'll ask me for my password if I hit save. So I'm just going to come off the screen here and hit save changes. It has asked me for my password, so I'm going to enter that one in there and confirm it. And boom, it is done. So I need to stop saying boom. Copyright Metalhead Hippie 2022. So yeah, my splits are saved there. So that just means that anytime someone streams it, the pittance that I get per stream, Jade Star will get 1/4 of a pittance, and I'll get 75% of a pittance for every song. So that's a pretty cool thing that the DistroKid makes. Dead simple. You saw how easy that was, yeah? Piece of piece. All right, so she hasn't accepted it yet, but I'm sure she will. If not, that's a bit weird. I do need to add in my lyrics, but I'll do that at another stage. I've got videos here showing how to do that. If you want to learn how to use your plain lyrics and your sync lyrics, I'll get to do that. What I have done is I've tweaked my hyperfollow page. So this one here, distrokid.com/hyperfollow/petejohn/grown. If we visit this one, you'll see that I've added in here my location, Adelaide, South Australia. And I've got Grown is my 2022 Songtember track, dropping on October 1st. Find out more about Songtember at the website there. I've got my YouTube and all my socials linked there. And then down here, I've got an embedded YouTube video, which is my final mix of this track. Which, you know, some people wouldn't want to do. You'd be like, oh, you're giving it away there. Why would you do that? I'm like, no, I think it's cool. I don't ever want to like hide my music. That's why I'm bad at releasing. I don't like the whole false scarcity thing. It's like, oh, you got to build up the hype and then get them excited and then you put it. No, it's not going to do it. I got the pre-save there, and you can also put other random links here to pretty much anything. So I've put a link here to the Songtember video playlist. Because we're all just starting with the Songtember 22 coming, the work in progress, and then the launch party all the way through to yesterday's releasing video. So do check on all those. But that's the cool thing. Like they've built this up over time, DistroKid, this hyperfollow, and you can actually customize it. So if you come here to customize, if we edit this page, you can see all the stuff here. So you can copy the address to share it. You can put, there's the image. So you could change the image if I didn't want the album artwork. If I wanted a picture of me going, hey, doing finger guns, pew, 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 I could do that if I wanted to. And then you can change the title. I don't know why you would do that. And the artist, but you can put your location. You can put a little bio line in there, which you saw in there. And here's that link. So you can have a whole new section, or you can just add in links to pretty much anything anywhere. So if you've got your Bandcamp, Yeah, you can put your Bandcamp in there, whatever you like, your social media buttons, which I've got there, and then that embedded video that I've got there as well. You've got the embedded audio player, so once it actually goes live, people can play it directly from the page. And you've even got ad tracking pixels there if you're the kind of person that loves your Google Analytics and stuff. But I don't use much of that. I keep things simple because I am kind of creeped out by the concept of tracking pixels and knowing who's clicking what and when. So I don't do that. But yeah, that's done. And then you can copy the address, and then you can have a look at the page. And I like their layout because it's just distrokid.com/hyperfollow/artist name/release name. So there it is, grown by me. Grown. So what do I want to do now in DistroKid? Well, I'm going to do something fun. And I wonder if we can design artwork and get this released just in the last 20 minutes. Because I did tell you that we'd be doing something special here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the power of DistroKid in that we can release an EP with this and all the other songs on it. And I'm just going to release it and throw it out there and just not really promote it to start with, but I'm just going to release it and see how quickly it comes out. It may even come out quicker than the actual single before the 1st of October. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the Songtember collection. Yeah, I'm going to release the 4 songs I've done for Songtember in one thing. And here's the cool thing. Because we've got DistroKid, we can actually come in here to our vault. So if we go to the Protect Your Music and go to the vault, we can find the original masters of all of the songs that we've got here. So for starters, we'll need Work in Progress. So we'll come in here to Work in Progress. We'll click on that one and hit download. And that should download that one. We won't need the album artwork, of course, because we'll need a fresh album artwork with all of the covers on there. What will I do with the covers? Should I put all 4 covers and put them on there, or should I just do like a really basic thing, the Songtember collection? I reckon really basic sort of something. Just like red, because it goes faster. Big red background with just big white letters, just say Pete Johns, the Songtember collection. Because what I'm going to do is put this up as an EP for like $5. And encourage folks to if you want to support the channel, because I know some of you have just sort of joined this year or last year, so maybe you don't know all these songs, and I don't promote my own music enough, so I wanted to do this as a way to not force myself to promote things, but I think I'm pretty proud of the songs that we've made over the last, and I say we because we had the Work in Progress choir in last year's. Before that was New Beginning, so let's find New Beginning, which is this one, my final mix, and we'll download that. Yeah, that's the one I used Schnalls for the final master. So I've done something different every year with this, which means, it might not be perfect. Like in a perfect world, I'd go back and I'd remaster all of these. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe it'll be Songtember remastered. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit fun here. So that was that one. The previous one was Hold On. So we'll just go to the vault, because there's 2 versions of Hold On. The original Hold On, is it that one and that one? No, it's 19 and 20. Yeah, I think it's this one that we released because we did it in 2019, which was the original one. And then we have this version, or was it? So this was uploaded. So release date, upload. Oh, that's right. This is the one that I did have to re-release because it had a problem. It had an issue with the audio. But what I actually want is I want the other version of this. If we go to Protect Your Music again in the vault, there was a version that I put on. Was it Own Battle? Was it this? Let's just see. Own Battle. Was it? Hold on. No, it must have been on the other one. What was it called? Not Recoil. What was my other EP called? You'd think I'd know this stuff. Maybe it was maybe. And it's weird when you go into these, it has all the things. There it is. Okay, so there's, hold on, Pete John's maybe, hold on. All right, so what we'll do is we'll download that one. So we've got these 3 audio files here. So I'm going to have a look. I just need to plug my iPod in over here because it's losing charge. I know. Glamorous, behind the scenes. So we've got those files there. If we just right-click these and show in the Finder. So we've got this one here, which is our, let's embiggen that. So this is Grown Ass Man. Let's just quickly preview these and make sure it's all going to sound about right. We'll play this one in quick time and take a listen. So there's Grown Ass Man. We've got Work in Progress, which was last year's. We'll open with QuickTime Player again. And that's this one here.
Because we're all just a work in progress.
Cool. We've got New Begin. Can we just drag this onto here? I think we can. Oh, that's weird. Holy dooly. What? That? It's editing it together. I've never seen... I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could edit. You could combine files in QuickTime. Okay, no, we don't want to save it. Wow. Delete. Whew, that was weird. All right, yeah, definitely don't want to do that. Let's just go here and open with... Yeah, that's right, because QuickTime's like a... It's not just a player in a Mac world, it's like a audio editor too. All right, they're all kind of in the ballpark, and then this version of Hold On is the one that was enhanced with Jade Star on drums. So I think Jade Star's ended up drumming on all four of these.
Life is long and you have much time.
Yep, that's definitely the better drumming version. So there's our 4 tracks. So what I thought we'd do is let's just create an album and let's just put these out as an EP because they're already all out there. But again, DistroKid give you free, not free, but they give you unlimited uploads with their plan. So why don't we take advantage of that? Hey, let's create a design. I want this to be a really simple design, not just because I've only got 15 minutes to do all of this. Custom size. You always want to be at least 3,000 by 3,000 pixels, if not 5 by 5. But because it's going to be a simple design, we can go with 3 by 3. And I might make this like similar to my my thumbnail design by putting our putting this shape around it, like putting something like this around. So I might do that. Maybe that's in red, and then maybe it's black. Maybe just for the the Studio Live Today colors. Whoop, not that. Maybe we go backgrounds. Maybe the background. Do we use like not a fully black background, but we'll just search black here and we find, no, that's boring as balls. We'll find like like a match thing like that. No, we just want something simple. I don't want anything blurry. They'll have problems with that. No, I just want something really... Oh, Basil's here. That's kind of cool, but yeah. I think we're just going to... I don't know, man. Do we just go with a black background? It's the Black Album. How you doing, Basil? You want to come say hello? Buzz, come here. No, he's gone. He's back. He's going back under. He thinks I'll put him away if he comes out here. Let's just work on the titling here, because I'll use the text here. Add a heading, and we'll make it the font that we use these days, which is, what is it? I used to use Nor'Wester. This is the traditional, the old school Studio Live Today font. I've actually moved in 2022 to a different font, but I can't remember the name of it. So I'm going to come over to here, because it's the one I have here. It's the League Spartan. Oh, let's go with the League Spartan. League Spartan. This one here. So I think like just a little like the Song Timber collection. Like that? Or do they all need to be caps? No, I think it needs to be small. And or does it go with the? My wife won't be happy with my constant capitalization of things here today. Maybe we just do like this, Songtember 2018 to 2020. No, that makes it look like it's dead. It'll be the last year that we do it, 2019 to 2022. Or do we call it like 4 years of Songtember? Or just Songtember? Do we just call it Songtember? No, it's got to be like the Songtember collection, doesn't it? Or maybe we do like some fancy, like we just do like maybe the old school, or maybe put Elite Gothic for the. This is why you don't do this sort of thing live. Maybe just put but we put it smallened and we put it like that up in the top corner. That's probably more like what we want. Yeah, something like that. The Songtember collection. And then this can go sort of right smaller, but right, right justify like that. Yeah, maybe that doesn't even go sideways. Maybe that just goes like that, and it goes the same size. 163, 163. Yeah, pretty classy, isn't it? That's classy. Like I can go like that, and like that, and like that. Oh, why did I create a second version of that? All right, the Song Timber collection. And then I'll put my name down the bottom here. Maybe that can be in lowercase, much smaller. And maybe the 4 album artworks do go in there. Maybe. Do we just put like 1, 2, 3, 4, like going across in the middle there? Meh, I don't know, because we've got kind of nothing there. I don't want to put me there. And like Studio Live Today logo doesn't really make sense. Or maybe I put my maybe face. Maybe face. You got the cutest little maybe face. From this one. From this. Maybe that goes as the background. I really like that one that we used in maybe. So let's try this. So if we just copy that and put that in amongst this. Oh, where were we? There. Oh, that's not bad, but we need to darken it. Like it can't be that sort of. Let's edit it and let's adjust the brightness. Let's go like that, and then like make it kind of like a background pencil drawing kind of thing. Yeah, maybe we even put the saturation back to somewhere normal. Something like that. Is that kind of cool? Because it's got like me with the hat and stuff going on there. I don't hate that. Do we have any more room on the thing to... Oh, not really. To move it up or down? No, not particularly. Let's, if we can bring it in a little bit, can't we? This was a sketch drawn of me on a McDonald's napkin by my daughter's friend at one of her birthday parties. Let's just bring that down a bit more, shall we? All right, the best laid plans, yeah. I'm not quite sure when or how that cut out, but if I went a bit robotic, you've probably seen a little bit of a cut between then and now. So if you missed a lot of that, what we were about to do is jump in here and take a look at because I do have a branding tab in here somewhere that has the color I use, which is a specific red color. I haven't done this in so long. I'm not going to be able to find it. Not quickly, anyway. We'll go somewhere in the ballpark because I was just going to try and make sure that the red around the outside here was actually the right red. What about without the ring at all? Maybe that's actually a bit more classy, isn't it? The Song Timber collection. And maybe we just make this Song Timber pop out with a little lift, like just so that it sits in front there a little bit more. The Song Timber collection, Pete Johns. Yeah, I kind of like that. And we could almost like do a new version of this every year and just add to it. Just to not take my own advice at all and add to it each year. Do I just make my name's smaller and like lined up there so it kind of sits off to the side? No, I don't know. 'Cause it's kind of covering my beard there, isn't it? No, that looks okay. quick and dirty. All right, we'll download that one. Download it as a JPEG, and let's just see this. This is a little experimental. I'm not going to lie to you. I've not done anything quite like this before, but I just thought it would be an interesting thing to play around with and go with. And then we can use this as a bit of a like if we do want to change it, maybe I do a video on how to change your album artwork, and that might be interesting. That's bugging me. That's just a little bit too much higher than that one, isn't it? There we go, 23, 23. That's better. So it's a good thing about Canva. It holds your hand. It helps you with that sort of stuff. Let's download it and hit it. How are we doing on time? Timekeepers? Got about 5 minutes, depending how much I cut out of there. So we'll get this released. This will be a good testament to how quickly we can release things, but hopefully also accurately. We'll go to upload. And also, I've never really had two things. This could be disastrous. I've never really had two things going at the one time. Yes, I own 100% of publishing. So let's try this. We're going to do 4 songs previously released. Has the album? No. Now, this is the thing. the album hasn't been previously released before. So this is the thing. That's not asking you, have these songs been released in some other form? It's asking if it's been previously released. So we're going to go Pete Johns. We're going to release this as soon as possible. Let's just try it. Studio Live Today Records. Let's add in our album artwork we just created, the Song Timber collection. Album title. We're going to call it the Song Timber collection. And we're not going to make it $9.95. We're going to make it $4.99. Which is one of the cool things you can do with a Musician Plus plan here in DistroKid. English genre, we're going to go folk and we're going to go rock. No, we'll go rock first, won't we? Because we do have a few more rockin' songs on here. We've gone to the wrong thing. Rock. Or do we do singer-songwriter? Probably do singer-songwriter for the other ones I did. Singer-songwriter and rock. Won't go folk at all. Song titles. All right, we're going to add each of these in here. So we're going to start with Hold On. No, don't show any other artists. No, it's a normal version. Let's choose the file. It is this one. Hold On. Open it. Okay. There it is. Already got an ISRC code. Oh, I do. For these, don't I? I'm not going to add them in. We don't have time. What you could do is you could add your ISRC and then it would kind of link the song back to the original song. Should I try and do that? No. I wrote it. It's me, Peter Johns. I don't think I did that on my previous EP where I did the same sort of thing. Radio edit, no. Instrumental, preview clip start, time, let it aside. Track price, 99 cents. All right, so that's done. So that's the first one. The next one is going to be New Beginning and no featured artist. We're going to choose the file of that one, New Beginning. Boom. And this is a cool thing again. The fact that this is all held here on DistroKid, I could just grab these masters and know they're the exact masters of the ones we've released. That's kind of cool. New Beginning. We've then got Work in Progress. Work in Progress. No. Choose the file. It's going to be... where is it? That one. Work in Progress. Work in Progress. There you go. No. Put my name in. No. And... this is nerve-wracking. This is out of my comfort zone stuff here, folks. We're going to go Grown. Us, man. And we're going to select the trimmed version there. Boom. No, my name. And again, look, after I've just made that big rant about pretend they're about to, cut the vinyl, you can also take things back when it comes to releasing things here. All right, track price 99 cents. We're not going to do any of the extras. We're going to tick all the boxes. This is the quickest release I've done in the history of me releasing music. We're going to have another quick look here, folks, just to double check things. We're going to push it out as quickly as we can. It's going to be Studio Live Today Records, the Song Timber collection. Yep, there it is. $4.99 for the EP. English singer-songwriter rock. Hold on. No. Peter Johns. New Beginning. No. Peter Johns. Work in Progress. No. Peter Johns. Grown. No. Peter Johns. All right, let's just try it. Let's just see if we've done everything okay. It's going to go through. There goes my album artwork. Hopefully this doesn't cause dramas here with my stream going down or doing anything weird. But well, there we go. We'll let those tracks upload, and as that's doing that, we'll say some goodbyes here because we have reached the end of the show. Did you enjoy it? Do you want more of this here on the channel? You know what? If you want more of it in the short term, join the Patreon. It's $1 a month. Like I know, look, times are tough. It's 2022 and inflation and all the rest of it. But it's an opportunity for you to see behind the scenes, to ask questions and to hang out with a cool community. Your other options, you can join the Discord server, you can join the Facebook group, you can do all sorts of other things to catch me. Just check out the links down in the description. Leave a comment if you've got any comments about this particular video. There's stuff you'd like to see more of, less of, or anything in between. The same of? Sure, why not? And I did want to thank you. That's going to take a little time to upload. So through the magic of editing, I'm going to pause now. All right, it's nearly finished uploading. Basil, are you excited? He looks really excited. Would you like to leave? So we're right at the end here. Let's jump on over. There you go. It's just ticked over to 100%. Please wait. And drum roll. Done. So we've released an EP in this version of Creator Town Hall. So there you go. We can go in and play. I'll stick the hyper follow page for that one too, and you can check that one out. So if you haven't purchased the previous or streamed the previous Songtember songs, they'll all be there in one place. So that way you can actually search. See, I'm doing this for the searching, aren't I? You can search Pete John's Songtember, and you'll find all the Songtember songs in one place, right there on your Spotify's or your Apple Musics or wherever else you find good music. That is going to do it for this particular episode. Don't forget that we've got a heap of videos this weekend. If you're watching here live on the premiere or if you're catching on the replay, leave your comments down below. Hit the thumbs up button and share the show if you think other folks should check it out. If my powers of psychic deduction are correct, Mike over at Creative Source will be coming up with his show right now, but I don't really know that because we're doing this in advance. But assume that Mike's show's about to happen and I'm dropping a link to it here in the chat if that's the case. Thanks everyone for being here. As we say every week, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, keep creating, and I'll see you next time on the Creator Town Hall.